Lawyers, what is the funniest way you have ever watched someone lose a case they had already won? I am a defense lawyer, and about 4 years ago I got handed a client who was accused of stealing 74 rotisserie chickens from a Costco. And no, before you type it, Costco actually does lose money on those chickens. My client was not doing them a favor. I checked. Music. According to the prosecution, he came in through the front doors with one of those big rolling coolers, walked straight to the hot food case, loaded it until the lid would not close, and pushed the whole thing right back out past the receipt guy without ever slowing down. On paper, it sounded like an open and shut case. Luckily for us, the evidence was held together with tape and hope. The security footage came off a ceiling camera at an angle that mostly showed the top of a baseball cap. You could tell that a person existed. That was about the ceiling of what you could tell. The greeter at the door remembered a cooler going past him. He did not remember a face. He told the detective, and this is close to a direct quote out of the report, that a lot of coolers go through that door. The cooler itself turned up 2 days later in a dumpster behind a laundromat, wiped down, no prints, no lid, no name, nothing. It was the most anonymous cooler I have ever seen in my life. The closest thing the state had to a witness was a stock clerk named Sadie, and Sadie thought it was my client. She really did. But she also admitted on the stand that she had been mid-shift, mid-conversation, and mostly looking at a pallet of paper towels. From a legal standpoint, we actually had a real chance. The problem was my client. His name is Ronnie, and Ronnie had absolutely no filter. He was the kind of guy who answered questions nobody had asked and volunteered information that could only make things worse. In our very first meeting, I asked him one question. One, where were you on that Tuesday afternoon? And Ronnie told me, completely unprompted, that he owns 3 deep freezers. Nobody asked about the freezers. There was no question anywhere in that room that the freezers were an answer to. He just felt strongly that I should know about the freezers. I sat there for a second and understood exactly what kind of trial this was going to be. A week later, he called me at 9 at night to tell me he had been thinking about it and that technically a chicken is not really worth $5. I told him to stop thinking about it. Before we walked in on the last day, I pulled him aside and looked him dead in the eye. Listen to me carefully. Music. No matter what happens in there today, you do not say a single word unless I tell you to. If we win, do not celebrate. Do not explain yourself. Do not ask for any